What's happening, guys? Today is another day down here. Hold on a second. What's happening, guys? Today is another day down here in Florida. We're having a good day. We were working on Rob's car today. I'll show you guys that in a couple minutes. But over here on the 180, we are actually going to wire up the flex fuel sensor today and get the things ready for the big part that I ordered. It should be here tomorrow, and we'll do an unboxing on that. But in the meantime, we're going to use the mass airflow sensor like we do with the GTRs, and we're going to just extend these 3 wires, which is the power, the signal, or the power, the ground, and the signal, all the way over to right there, where those little red dots are down to there, and get that all situated. Over here we still have this big jumbled mess, so we'll try to figure out something to do with this thing today too. But let's go ahead and show you guys how you do this over here. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to take a multimeter and you're going to just go ahead and probe these. See if I can get this thing to stay in place right here, which it's not going to work for me. Oh, hold on. Maybe I could do this. So, what are you doing? Being ignorant over there? Yeah. Can you stop that? So, you got to have one on the ground right there. And then we're going to go ahead and press this one into there. And then it shows 10, which it's a little low right now, but the battery will completely start. And then you go to the next one and press that one. This is our ground. It's showing 0.02 volts right now, which is a little weird, but it's that's the ground. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump to the last one, and that is 0.27, which is your signal wire. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this pigtail off, and we're gonna go ahead and mark all of these wires and then extend them all the way over to that side of the car. So doing this is a little project. Like I said, we're gonna finish up the video on explaining what I did on Rob's motor today and how that thing is coming along. And the other thing that we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and tidy up that little mess over there. Try to see what we can get done with that. So let's go ahead and do all this wiring first. So on Rob's car here, Roberto and Carlos and Rob put the motor in over the weekend. So what I did today was I hooked up the oil lines again for the oil filter and the oil cooler. I put the coolant lines on the back of the motor. I put in the spark plugs, the coil packs. I keep forgetting that name. The coil packs. I put on the power, the ground, redid some other stuff, put the power steering reservoir on, put the new bolts that Rob brought into the water pump pulley for the injectors. I just basically redressed the motor and am making it so that we can start it tomorrow. So that's basically what we did on Rob's car today. And tomorrow we should give it a test fire and see what it does. Then after that, it's just continuing to put the stuff on, like the brakes, the wheels, the axles, and all that stuff. I also put on the front drive shaft, put in the clutch master, and yeah, we're gonna keep chugging along on this thing, and it should be running and driving around by the end of the weekend, or by the end of the week. So let's keep going on it. And yeah, let's jump back out on the 180. On the Haltech, we actually have to switch a couple pins around for the actual sensor to work. The Haltech that I have is actually good because it actually, you could just switch the pins and it'll work. So Roberto's gonna show me which ones I need to switch and how.
Okay, so this little booklet is gonna let you know the difference between the plug on the Haltech and the adapter plug that goes to the adapter, like bulkhead, or whatever you want to call it, right?
Okay.
So we know that we're not going to use the mass airflow sensor anymore, right there. We're going to use that for flex fuel. Make a little note so we don't forget. We also know we're using the E-fan on DPO4. So now that you're wiring that up, right? Now, when you wire up the input that used to go to the mass airflow sensor with the factory harness, now the flex fuel sensor is sending that signal to where that mass airflow sensor signal was originally supposed to go. That signal was originally going to
UVI.
It's but AVI is just the kind of
Signal.
the kind of part of the computer used, but whatever. So we know that we're going to pin B20.
Okay.
So B20 now is going to have our flex fuel sensor, and we want to get B20 to SPI1. SPI1 is going to be optional flex fuel input. So what we're going to do is we're going to depin B20. We're going to depin the connector that's in B8, and whatever's in B8 right now, we're just going to leave that hanging. We don't need it, and we're going to move B20 to B8. When you do that, all you have to do is go in the Hall Tech, activate the flex fuel input, and you're good.
Okay.
And then obviously the ground and the power is still being supplied via the mass airflow sensor circuit, which is all being just as part of just a harness.
Yeah.
This is the easiest way to install a flex fuel sensor.
Exactly. So we're going to rearrange those pins, and we're going to actually wire up the rest of the harness, and then we're going to go ahead and check it later on. But after that, like I said before, we're going to mess around with this little bit of the harness and get this looking pretty. But I actually went and I found a bunch of loom that I could use for the actual flex fuel harness. So the flex fuel harness is completely loomed up and all ready to go. So now all I have to do is run it along the back of the motor all the way over to the flex fuel sensor and put the other pigtail on it, and then we're good to go. Okay guys, so on the Hall Tech here, we actually came... So guys, on the Hall Tech back here, we came to these two bulkheads right here, and what we did was we depinned one and put it into the other. So like we said earlier, we just took B20 out and put it into B8. The B8 is this gray one that's kind of sticking out right there, and now Roberto's got the computer all hooked up to it, and we're going to do a couple beep loops and switch it over so that it all works.
Yeah. So now that the hardware has been switched over, right? So now we gotta just tell the computer that we made that change. So with the Elite, it's a pretty simple thing. We just go to functions, and then we go to, let's see if it's already hooked up. So right now we're not using any sort of flex fuel, so we have to go add the flex fuel to our functions list. Flex fuel composition sensor. We're gonna go ahead and check that box. That is then gonna give us a setup table, and we're going to edit connections. So we know that we're going to go to B8, right? Is that where? Okay. So we got a connection here, and there it is. B8 is one of the possible things. SPI1. So we're going to double click that. And now the computer is expecting to see the flex fuel sensor signal from B8. Let's go make sure that it's calibrated correctly. 50 hertz equals 0%. 150 hertz equals 100%. That's standard on pretty much all Continental flex fuel sensors.
It's pretty sick.
And
dude, you know what Rudnick did on the way back from getting his
we gotta do the most important part.
Hit save.
Hit apply.
But you know what Rudnick did?
We gotta do the most important part.
He put E85 in a truck.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Did it? I mean, it runs, it just runs super lean.
Sensor.
Oh, it has a flex sensor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no, you can actually just take a regular ass car, put put that in. It'll just start throwing lean codes up the ass.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it'll run too. Like cars will run. I mean,
I think my BMW might explode because the O2 sensors are bad.
From what I understand, if you put it like in a big engine car where like they naturally produce a lot of torque, and it's a smaller car, like it'll put through. If you floor it, it's gonna fall on its face. But apparently, if you put it like in a really small car, like Corolla or something, like the engine's just so small and loses so much torque from the flex fuel because it's just it's getting 30% less fuel than it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And then like those cars have a problem.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's funny. Maybe we should do that one day. Let's just put E85 in a car with nothing, like a stock ass car. Let's do that. Okay, so very good. So now, assuming you wire everything over there correctly, when you turn this computer on and you plug into it, right, flex fuel composition.
So when I'm done with this thing, I should be able to go to the gas station, put E85 in it, run it, but it'll run super shitty because I don't have injectors big enough.
No, it would still run. You would just run out of fuel real early. You can still put around town. It's just when you start going into load and it requires a high amount of fuel, right? Load. Your fuel system can't provide enough fuel to keep the AFR correct.
Gotcha. Which I need one of those too.
Right. Now, if it doesn't say ethanol-free fuel, it's going to have some sort of ethanol in it. Typically, it's 10. So right now it says 0 because nothing's connected.
Yeah.
When you hook this all up, you can go to, I mean, with what's in the car right now, it's going to read like between 8 and like 12.
Okay.
And then you know you hooked it up right.
Gotcha.
But right now it's wired, it's programmed, it's calibrated. If you do everything right on that end, that number will change next time you turn the computer on.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're off.
So guys, we're gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then we're gonna go ahead and start the battery little thing, and then I forgot what the third thing that I was gonna look up was, but we're gonna keep going on this
Shampoo?
thing.
Weren't you gonna look for some better shampoo?
Not shampoo. So basically what we did tonight was we wired in the flex fuel sensor. You saw a big portion of that. The flex fuel sensor is all wired up. All it needs to be done now is just to put the lines to the fuel system and all that good stuff. I have put in my Tomei fuel pressure regulator because, like I keep saying, we're going to be doing some big stuff this week on this thing. And right here on the actual power side, we re-loomed it. I found some bigger loom in the bin that we have. Re-loomed it. Both power wires are in this now. I electrical taped it. I electrical tape this end. I have to figure out where I'm going to do all this stuff. I think I might just extend these few wires on these few connectors and then pull this whole thing over to here into the corner so that I can actually get my power stuff all set up for my fans, because right now I don't have a fan. But the car has never left the parking lot since it's come here. Other than that though, guys, we have some more cool stuff going on with these coil packs later on this week. These are plug and play coil packs out of a 370Z. So basically we have to do it, me and Roberta have to do a little bit of research and figure out how we could actually get these into the car without using the igniter chip, because I would like to delete that part altogether. So maybe we have to go in and put like a resistor somewhere or do something like that. But other than that though, guys, car's coming out great. I need that fitting still for the back for the catch can, but like I said, the car hasn't left and I'm not too worried about it just yet. So I think that might be it though, guys, for this video. I hope it was kind of informative and pretty knowledgeable for you guys. And yes, lots more to come on this week, and then maybe some G37 content towards the end. But that's about it though, guys. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment, share, do all the good stuff. And
if you think Marcus should get his scooter going, give it a thumbs up. Put a comment down there, and I'll give it a thumbs up too.
so Rudnick's got a scooter, Jack got another scooter. I need to get my scooters.
Game up.
I do.
You need to step it up now.
I need to get my scooter running, so maybe we'll try to do that next week. Actually bring it, take it apart at the house and see what's going on with it. But that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys later.